And welcome to Success Builders Consulting Weekly Business Tips. This week we want to focus on 5 common mistakes that new authors make. We meet with clients almost on a daily basis who either want to become a new author, who want to write a book, they've always had a dream of writing a book, or we suggest or highly advise our business clients to write a book on their specific industry. It's a great way to establish yourself as an industry expert. It is a great revenue stream. Definitely great to have products when you are speaking or introducing yourself to new clients. So it's just a great vehicle to use either for those who are aspiring to be authors as a career or as a profession, or for business owners, like I said, to really show forth their expertise in their particular industry. So this week we want to focus on the 5 common mistakes that new authors make. The first one, almost with each and every a person that I speak with, there's no clear objective of why you want to write the book. All right, so let's take, for example, that person who's just always wanted to write a book, whether it's nonfiction or fiction. They just always had that drive on the inside of them to write a book, but they don't have any objectives concerning the book. Do you want to be a full-time author? What is your objective? Is your objective to create revenue, to make a full-time income from your book sales? Is your objective simply to have a book to share with family and friends? Is your objective to just, share information? Maybe you want an ebook and not necessarily a physical or a print book. Who are you writing the book for? And what are you expecting for them to get out of it? What is your target? Who are we speaking to? So that we'll know how to communicate what we put on the inside of the book. If there's no real clear objective, likely the author or the writer will get discouraged in the process. They'll begin to second guess everything that they write because there's no clear reason for writing it. They don't really know who their market is, who are they presenting this book to, and how do those people read? How do they hear? How do you communicate with them? It's just so much that goes into the why of just about everything. No clear objective is probably one of the common mistakes that all entrepreneurs make from the very beginning. They really have no clear objective. So this is not exclusive to just authors, but we're talking about 5 common mistakes that new authors make, and not having a clear objective is one of them. So how do you solve that? You have to start with your why. Why are you writing the book in the first place? And it can't just be, I've always wanted to write a book. I've always known. That's 95% of everyone that I speak with. They always have this thing because we all have a story to share. We all have expertise to share. So most people have that desire to share their story, and I get that. But we need a clear objective. Who's the book for? How are you going to promote the book? Are you trying to be a full-time author? Answer these questions for yourself. How would you like to distribute the book? Is it just for your family and friends? Is it a full book, or should it just be an ebook? And more importantly, identifying the person that's going to be reading this book, the person and how that person reads and how that person communicates. Everything stretches from this question. The next 4 mistakes usually have a lot to do with the fact that number one wasn't identified properly. So once we identify our objective, we know exactly who the book is being written for. We know what our purpose is. We want to be full-time authors. We want to earn a full-time income. Or no, we just really want to put it out there to show forth our expertise. I'm not really interested or that concerned about if it sells or makes money, but yet so that I can have next to my name that I am a published author, so that I can begin to establish myself as an industry expert. Whatever the case may be, we need to have those questions answered first so that we won't make the mistake of the next 4 common mistakes that authors make. Okay, so number one, no clear objective. Number two, an ineffective title. This is a real big problem that I see with especially self-publishers, and there are more people who self-publish than there are who go the traditional route of going through a publisher. When you go the traditional route of going through a publisher, you really don't fall into some of these mistakes because they would catch it. Or even with para publishers, which is what Success Builders Consulting are, we review your title, we advise you, and we tell you whether or not that title is going to be effective or not. A lot of times in business and writing a book and being an author as a business, we tend to do things that attract us, things that we like and make us feel good. And you're not your target. You are not your paying audience. There's a group of people that are not you. And so you have to begin at first, as we said in number one, figure out who this book is being written for, and then ask yourself, is this title going to grab their attention? You know, I personally believe that all businesses should be started and geared towards solving a problem, being a solution for a group of people, for an area, for a cause. And so if you're solving a problem and that person 9 times out of 10 knows that problem exists, they are always looking for solutions. People are always looking for solutions to their problem. And so when you put out your product, your service, your book, it should be very obvious that you are providing them a solution for something they've been looking for a very long time. So when I'm going through the bookstores or I'm looking online and I'm having a problem with smoking and I really want to quit smoking, I don't want to have to figure out if your book is about not smoking. I want that title to speak to me. I want that title to say, here I am. I'm your solution. I'm going to help you to stop smoking. I'm going to help you lose that weight. I'm going to help you build your brand. I'm going to help you with your marketing. It should be very obvious in your title what it is that you are talking about on the inside of the book. Because, and this leads me to the third common mistake that everyone makes, books are very much so judged by their cover. You know, we always say don't judge a book by their cover. You should judge a book by its cover. All right. We all judge by covers. You know, there's a scripture that says that God looks on the heart, but man looks on the outside. And so when we're talking about business, when we're talking about books, we're talking about services, we're talking about making a profit, we're marketing those books and those products and those services to people. And people judge the outside. They judge the cover. So number three, the third common mistake that goes along with number two is that the cover is badly designed. So there's nothing appealing or nothing captivating me by the title, and there's nothing drawing me in by the design of that cover. So how do we solve those two problems? Well, the title has to speak to the solution. It should be very clear, very concise, and it should address the objective. It should address the person. You know, if you're writing a book and you're solving the problem of smoking, then your book should somewhere in the title be something like How to Quit Smoking in 30 Days. How to overcome the habit of smoking. How to lose weight in 10 days without starving yourself. There should be something very, very emphatic about your title that there's no guessing about what this book is about. How do you solve the problem with bad cover design? Simple. Hire a professional. All right. Hire a professional. And before you hire that professional, you got to do some research. You know, a lot of times it's this industry, this world is so, you just start a business by, ordering some business cards offline. Everything is so quick and easy that we forget that there's a science behind marketing. There's a science behind everything that we do, why people buy, why people are attracted to certain things, why people are drawn to certain businesses. If you don't do that research, then it's going to be very difficult. You're going to have great products and services that are just not going to sell. And you're going to be wondering why. You're going to be wondering why this great book didn't land on the shelves of, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. And that's because sometimes you don't do the homework. And you have to know what type of things attract this particular audience. What if you're trying to draw people who are looking to lose weight, what types of pictures should be on the cover? Should there be any pictures at all? What colors are going to attract the people who have these particular problems? And there's definitely science that goes into all of these things. It's not just a matter of book covers. I see them all the time. I see people producing books and journals and all kinds of things. And the first thing you see is a big, beautiful picture of them. Guess what? Some people don't want a picture of you. Some people really don't want a picture of you. They want a picture of something else. I mean, that picture of you is for you. It looked great for you. There's a place for that picture, the inside cover, the back cover. But a lot of times, depending on what your book is, having a big picture of you doesn't really encourage me to be the best me that I want to be. So I don't want a picture of you. I want a picture of something that speaks to the results that you're trying to get me to produce as a result of reading your book. So you have to think about the book cover in more than just what's pretty, more than what attracts you, more than just what you've seen someone else do, but more so toward your target audience, who this book is designed to help. How do they think and what would draw them in? What would make them grab your book? Because they're going to look at the cover and read it front and back before they ever crack open those pages. So your title and your cover is vitally important when it comes to being successful as a published author. Number 4, the content structure. Have you ever went to a website? And again, this extends so much far beyond just people who publish books. But have you ever gone to a website and the print and the font and the colors were just so crazy for you, you didn't even stop to try to figure out what that website was about. But guess what? There's a group of people that that font and those colors probably attracted. Hopefully that person did the homework and they designed their page to attract a certain group of people. If you're trying to attract children, there's certain print that you're going to use. You're going to use more pictures. Your book is going to be in color because that's what attracts them. You're not going to have a business style formatted book if it's supposed to attract children and vice versa. You're not going to have comic and all these different fonts and colors if you're trying to attract business people. So the format is very, very important when it comes to your book. It's not just a matter of putting something together. There's a science behind it. And then how your book is structured. You know, a lot of times we write the way we speak. I know I write the way I speak. And good thing we have editors and people who can kind of, make put some clarity to what I'm saying. And a lot of times we just talk all over the place. You know, you're thinking about one thing and then one conversation leads to another, and then you kind of get off subject. You ever did that? You know, when you're talking to your friends and like, how do we get on this subject? And that's how the brain works. You begin to talk, and one thing leads to the other. But books can't be that way. So how do you solve the problem of content structure? As far as the formatting is concerned, you want to make sure that you study that industry. Look at other books that have been written on the same particular type of subject and look at how it's being formatted. You want to stay industry standard. Okay, I know we like to be different. We're a brand and marketing company. We're big on telling you to be different. But some things need to be as close to industry standard as possible. So the way to solve that problem is simply go find books that are successful that you know of, some of the big people in the industry, and go check out the formatting. And you don't want to imitate, but you definitely want to emulate. You want to be similar in style and in structure. All right. And then as far as the flow of your material, the way that you saw that is that we have what we call a writer's outline, and we give those to our new authors before we start working with them, and we say, hey, let us know what are the 10 things you want them to get out of this book, the 12 things, the 10 things, 5 things, how many ever things, what are the objectives? We have them write that down. Then we go back to those things and we say, okay, so topic number 1, you want them to get this out of it. Tell me 3 things that make this important. Why is it important? And we kind of guide them through what we call the writer's outline. So what they end up with is a well structured outline for how the flow of the book should be. You want to make yourself a writer's outline and outline everything that your book is going to be discussing so that you can stay on topic. Okay. And then the 5th common mistake is that there's no marketing plan. It bothers me to no end as a marketing and brand professional to see new authors come out with their books, and I'll see that first week and they'll do pre-sales and they have their launch party, they have cake and punch. It's so fun, and all their friends and family are coming out to buy the book. And of course, your friends and family are your first customers. So you make your first 30, 40, 50, 100, 200 sales, and I don't hear a thing else about your book ever again. They never sell. They sit in the back of your trunk. I mean, you never talk about it anymore. And that's because there was no real clear marketing plan for your book. You know, your book has to sell more than just the launch week. I mean, I've purchased books now by Jack Canfield and all different types of authors, John Maxwell, that they've written these books years and years and years ago, but they're still promoting them. They're still developing other products and services from those particular books. It didn't just come out that one week and then you don't hear anything else about the book. That book, and that's why it's so important to have that objective in number 1, because depending on what your objective is will tell you how much marketing you need to put in it. If it's just for your family and friends, then perhaps then that's all it was for, and your book launch really already took care of your objective for your book. If it's establishing you as an expert, there should be no end to your marketing efforts. So you have to have a marketing plan. And the way that you develop a marketing plan is simple. Well, it's not simple, it's a simple process. And that is, you take the 12 months and you decide every single month what marketing vehicle you're going to use. Are you going to do direct marketing? Are you going to do social media? Are you going to make phone calls? Are you going to have events? Are you going to do live seminars and webinars? Are you going to do videos? Whatever the case may be, you document it each and every month. and then break that month down to weekly, and then you break your weekly down to daily, because your marketing efforts is every day. 80% of your business is marketing. Once you've developed your business, you develop your processes, your back office, you have all of your administrative functions in place, you have your automations in place. Once those things are done, then 80% of your business is marketing, because you have everything that it takes to actually run the business. Now you need customers and clients, because without customers and clients, there is no business. All right. So those are the 5 common mistakes that new authors make that I hope this short video tip will help you not fall in the same mistakes, that you have a clear objective, that you've researched your target market, and you have a title and a cover that's going to grab them. All right. Your structure, your formatting fits. They're appealing to the eye of your target market, and the flow is perfect because you've written out a clear writing plan for your book. And now you have a marketing strategy, and your book is going to survive way beyond your fun and exciting book launch. All right. Well, I hope that you have found this video valuable. I thank you so much for watching it. They're great tips. I hope that you grow by them. I hope that it makes your next project, your next book, or your first book that much more effective. If you'll notice, there's a button down below this video. If you're interested in us helping you, because we represent authors. We represent authors and we coach them through the entire process. And these are not just first time authors. These are just authors who are writing books for whatever reason. Maybe you've never thought about writing a book, but something I said kind of sparked your attention, especially if you're a business owner. If you're a business owner, you should author a book of some sort showing your expertise in your industry. It sets you apart. It sets you apart when you're an author and people can see your expertise. It takes a long time to build public trust. It takes a long time for people to believe that you're just not some internet, fly by night, fly by day person, that you truly know what you're talking about. And writing a book is the best way to accomplish that goal. So if you are interested in seeing more solutions that we have to make sure that you do not run into these common problems, if you're interested in us helping you to write, promote, and publish your book, we have 4 great packages that you can choose from. Just click on a button, read all about it. If you have any questions, anything that you want to discuss, you can also see right there on the right hand side, well, it says let's chat, let's connect, make yourself an appointment for a free business assessment, and let's talk about your book project, and let's talk about how we can help you do it better. All right, thanks again. I am Robin Gaskin Smith, CEO of Success Builders Consulting, where we build brilliant brands. Have a great day.